Hey guys, I'm at the shop and I'm pulling the vacuum on my recovery drums. But I thought today might be a good day to do a van tour like a friend of mine just did. Stay tuned. Well guys, why don't we start back here? We're back here. I may have shown all these before, but this is a set that goes in a bucket to organize the tools on the outside of a bucket, and I just adapted those, put those in the back here. Down here I've got thermostats, mostly extra thermostats, extra tools. This is the Mueller jaw set for the press tool. This is my vacuum pump, as you can see down in here. And this is vacuum pump oil. I do use this light. I mostly use it in the van. In here, all PVC stuff, same as this. I just happen to like this one better. In here is battery adapters or holders for batteries. Those for the Ryobi, Makita to Ryobi, because I got a bunch of Makita batteries and I don't use the Makita very much. There's nothing in here, nothing in that one. Up here I've got some vacuum hoses and my cheater. My main vacuum hose is up here. Let me see. Down here it's all kinds of like grinder blades and bits. Oscillating tool blades, more grinder blades and cut-off blades and bits. That's what that drawer's for. And in here I do keep a few of my favorite books to keep. That one's from old school. I just like keeping it in here. And I do keep me an Uglies reference guide. Over here is just extra clothes in case I get myself so dirty I can't do anything. Like I said, that's PVC. In here I've got all kinds of weird stuff. This is the board that lets you put an ECM on any PSC application. Basically this right here is a relay that lets you power any fan speed, and it will power the sometimes you have to use two relays, and that keeps you from having to use two relays, especially if you have a furnace or something. That's why we use those. This is a motor tester. Test ECM motors. This is an inspection camera, of course gloves, and we got meter leads and gaskets and stuff like that right here. As you can see in here, it says thermostats, but surge protectors, thermostats, carbon monoxide detectors, and a couple extra meters back there. And this box is more install stuff. Romex and seal tight connectors. Let me see. Supposed to be some more stuff here. There is. Let me see. Up here, I got some of my smaller tools. Heat gun, Sawzall, old impact, I think this is the old surge impact. I'm not real sure about that. And this is the one I had before the one I have now. Ratchet heat gun or a soldering tip. This is just all kinds of connectors, from wire nuts to spade connectors to just nuts and screws, just general stuff. And that's more of the same, tap cones and screws, just bigger items. And this one is where I keep all my breakers. I decided to keep breakers in here because sometimes that little screw in the breaker comes out, and if you got it in a container like this, you're able to keep those. Let me see what's over here. PVC connections, my blower, my ladder, extra copper, a lot of the spray stuff that we use, everything from paint to PB blaster to wasp killer. There's some foam cleaner back there too. And this is also some cleaner that I've got. I've got my Big Blue spray back here. This is just a spray bottle for water. These are mostly sequencers back here and heat related stuff. Pressure switches, thermocouples, a couple other of the Rheem sequencers. Alright, and this is mostly fuses, but some split bolts and stuff like that. A couple of motors. This thing I rarely ever use. I thought I just had to have it. Isopropyl alcohol for cleaning micron gauge. Mostly fuses. This is my press tool, and I keep the RLS press fittings in here. I do keep down here my press fittings, but I keep the RLS stuff in here because that's what I use most of the time. In here are my 18-volt Makita tools, my drill, an impact, a sawzall, rotary hammer, extra copper down here. In here I've got my Navac flaring tool, my fan I use when it's hot. This is a True Blue hose I don't like very much. Air inflator for the tires. This saw, which I happen to really like, it's a 40-volt saw or 36-volt, and lots of gas fittings. Alright, let's see what we got over here. This is my camera stuff right here. Normally these two go up front. This goes in the seat and that goes in front of it. This is a pressure washer, a Ryobi pressure washer. This, like it says, is just extra tools. Heat stuff, fusible links, limits, my cooler, and this is coil cleaner stuff, the coil gun and the stuff that goes with it. And up here mostly I keep batteries and a few things up here. Over here more motors, This is flue gas tester, ignition control boards, capacitors all the way from here to here, contactors, transformers, relays, more boards back there. This is what I normally take when I have to start cutting open drain lines. It's got some glue, a couple of different PVC cutters. And down here, this is just random stuff that I didn't want to put in a specific box because I use it more frequently. Tubing bender. This is a aluminum repair kit that I've yet to use. Of course, y'all know I use these to clean drains. This, I have my hole saw, 10K thermistors, and these are actually a couple start kits, very small. I'm not even real sure what I got over here. I think this is all ream stock. Yeah, that's all ream stock, and regular copper fittings. Recovery machine, my wet dry vac, my plug-in vacuum pump, just some random stuff here that I use once in a while, my megometer. This is the Mueller streamline fittings that have the double O-rings. You can see that. I do use those sometimes. As I showed you before, RLS fittings. And let me see. Back here, oxygen, acetylene, extra tank, nitrogen, R454, 2 recovery drums. That is my jumper cables down there that I keep in good shape. Over here, I'm keeping a couple of these Klein tools. Let's see if I can show you which ones I've got. The pass-through sockets, and I forget which one, what you would call this one, but I really like it. It's got some nice little options on it. MO99 410, MO99 410. And one of my battery walls, I've got one here. You know, I got another one in the back. Right here. I usually use these for my vacuum pump. That's a 12, 8, a 12, and that's a 6. I've got another 8 somewhere. But normally throughout the day, these are the batteries that I use, and I keep them rotated. So when I pull one off the top, I rotate them all around and take this one, put it here, this one there, there, and there. So I do rotate all of these. That small pack out right here is for my torches, and this is commonly used wire terminals, wire nuts, spade connectors, zip screws, stuff like that. First aid kit, my PVC I keep in this, and it goes all the way to the back there. And I'll go over the front in here just a little bit. Okay, in the front I have a this is really a computer stand that I have adapted for an iPad stand. So it's, except for the very top of it, it's very sturdy. It's not going anywhere. And I power just about everything off of one of those DeWalt, I guess you'd call that a dongle or a charger. Those are up there for my camera that I use sometimes. This is a 2000 watt pure sine wave inverter for the electricity. Hold on. And I have it set up so that you would call this right here a solenoid, but it's really like a relay. So when these right here get 12 volts from the ignition, it connects this to this. So that's the battery power right here. And as soon as you turn the ignition, it goes over here and powers this to bring on the inverter, so it can't run when the ignition's not on. And let me see, that right there's a little kicker amp. I don't know if y'all can see that right there. And that goes over to this box right here. It's hard to see, but that's a little subwoofer back there. And one last thing I think I'll show you. My chargers and most of my electric in the van, I have the electricity comes down here. It goes in there, and then this plugs in behind this wall back here. I have this charger, a rapid charger, and a Makita charger. I just put this one on. I've got like 6 batteries. I don't always need a charger, but sometimes it's nice to just turn on the charger when you're going down the road. I do have some long trips, and this is my PPE, as close as I'm gonna get. But yeah, that's my van. It hadn't changed a whole lot since last year. There are a couple new and different things on it, but I pretty much set it up the way I want it, and I like it like that. If you enjoyed this little van and this little tour, how about give me a thumbs up, and I'll catch you on the next one.